Hey guys, this video is going to be a follow-up redo to my previous video, which was very poorly made and rushed. I'm going to try and be more concise and keep the yapping to a minimum in this one. I'm mostly just going to explain its combat behavior and activity leading up to a fight in accordance to the Congo River environments, because Vex is an absolute beast with its echolocation in murky waters. Remember, this is mostly about its combat biometrics and not its other specific physical stuff, which will be skimmed over. If you want to see that, just go to the doc in the description. Starting off, addressing the issue with aggressiveness. Um, Remember that I added the mantis shrimp for intelligence. Mantis shrimps are very aggressive and territorial. Spiny lobster and isopods were also combined for its gregariousness, as they are able to socialize and group up in large numbers when finding food. Crustaceans wouldn't be willing to attach onto larger animals and start acting like a parasite, except the Z0 also has fish lice. Apart from granting it suction cups, fish lice actively target larger moving fish and attach to them in order to harm them for their own benefit. This would give the Z0 an incentive with its exaggerated predatory features to solo attack animals much larger than itself to bring down large carcasses for its fellow Z0s. This would also solve its aggressiveness issue, bringing these crustaceans different ideologies in tandem to give them a motive for attacking large animals. The other issues are addressed in detail in the doc. I'll just link that in the description. So, how would a crustacean like the Z0 navigate in murky waters? The isopoda already gives it four prehensile antennae that isopods use to feel out the dark surroundings in the deeper parts of the sea. I added to its eyesight with mantis shrimp, though it would partially remove its light reflecting arrays, allowing it to also see light better in shallower areas. Besides these things, however, there's another contributor that adds to its senses, the opossum shrimp. Besides giving the Z0 the ability to thrive in fresh water, it also gives them an olfactory cue, like basically the ability to detect chemical cues in darker environments. The Z0 would basically use these features to detect animals at a distance, and being much smaller than Vex, it wouldn't have difficulty tracking her larger form through murky waters. Now, for mobility, Congo River depth actually varies a lot, from around 3 feet to 700. The Z0 would actually benefit from more deeper waters as its modified pleopods and hind paddles, thanks to the Antarctic krill, Henslow swimming crab, and Eurypterid ecuteramus, respectively, allow it to swim with surprising speed. In shallower environments, it could also just switch to its walking legs. For the other parts of its mobility, it has spiny lobster for the choroid escape reaction, which is when a crustacean flexes its tail's fast twitch muscles to burst backwards at incredible speeds. It uses this along its ability to vomit bioluminescent fluid from acanthe fire-breathing shrimp. It uses this to sort of use Vex's intelligence against it, basically lighting a flare and seemingly revealing its location, which is where the glowing fluid is, before dashing away from where it supposedly is. Basically, it just kind of reveals its location and then makes Vex think that's where he is before using the escape reaction to dash away. I'm gonna try my best to speed through the physical attack. Basically, after it maneuvers itself over a spot on Vex's body to tear through armor, it first uses its suction cups from the aforementioned fish lice and diving beetle to hold on. Then it injects its saliva enzymes that contains a pain anesthetic from the hematophagia leech, as well as its gonathopod and isopod hooks to secure itself. Its gonathopods first do the piercing work before its raptorial chelicerae that come from its modified mandibles contributed by the aforementioned Eurypterid precisely spread open the wound. Its lobster claws, built for crushing, are instead replaced by the mud crabs, which are sharp and serrated, and more built for cutting. It then uses this to shear open the wound, before using its remaining isopod maxillopedes to chew through the tissue. Now, onto the payload and venoms part. First off, Vex's Barracuda only allows it to be partially immune to lionfish venom, and even that needs prior buildup. The main defense Vex has against venom is size, which means venoms will just have difficulty circulating, which is also why the Z0 relies on attrition, using its isopod calorie retaining metabolism to stay attached to the Vex for up to several hours, days, or weeks, and initially targets the circulatory vessels in its blubber. And over the course of its attrition will eventually slowly crawl its way towards the back of Vex's head, where more of the neuromuscular junctions and major arteries are located. It will repeat the sustained venom dosages until it outlasts the Vex. The Z0 has 5 separate venom compartments, 4 distinct, since the gonatopods contain the same venom. This is so that the individual gland at most only produces a combination incorporating 2 to 3 venoms from 2 to 3 different contributors at most. Its salival glands come from the giant water bug, which modifies only 2 of the Z0's maxillopedes into the payload structure, meaning its esophagus is separate. The glands host the blue-ringed octopus's endosymbiotic bacteria, allowing it to produce tetrodotoxins. The water bug's own saliva makes it corrosive and includes the aforementioned hematophagia, a blood-sucking leech, which includes its pain suppressants. It also adds hirudin, which is one of the most effective anticoagulants in nature. This prevents blood clotting effectively, allowing its venoms to be circulated quickly. The first pair of its maxillopedes were modified into the Z. bulbinus tolmensis, or the sea centipede's venom claws. Its left gland holds the venom of its soft body contributors, while its right gland holds the venom from its vertebrate contributors. The left gland incorporates a venom, basically produces a combination of the geographer cone snail, box jellyfish, and Irukandji jellyfish. All of the 3 are soft-bodied invertebrates and have highly potent neurotoxins and cytotoxins. And their main purpose is to just cause tiredness in Vex, inducing cell sluggishness via conditions like muscular tissue necrosis, Irukandji syndrome. The right gland produces a venom incorporating a combination of Du Bois sea snake, yellow-bellied sea snake, and blue-spotted stingray. Although the previous venoms do similar things, these are meant to be the primary killing factors. They, like the previous venoms, interfere with sodium channels in the neurons, and this will eventually cause fatal complications when it reaches involuntary muscles. Basically, involuntary muscles are muscles that move automatically without your own like conscious input, like arterial pumps, the diaphragm. The glands in both of its gonatopods contain stonefish and striped eel catfish venom. These are hemotoxins and serve to cause as anticoagulants, further boosting the previously mentioned hirudin in different ways. They're meant to improve blood flow and reduce blood clots, allowing its venoms to be circulated more efficiently. Specifically, stonefish venom causes vasodilation, whilst catfish directly causes hemolysis. The venoms are again gone through more in depth in the doc. I highly recommend checking it out after the video. Summing up, this guy is a completely different approach to fighting when it comes to brute strength, which is what most of the other hybrids try to do. That's it for now, and thank you so much for your time. So glad to be part of this.